actually, if you take a look, we've got two missionary letters came in at the very same time. The Lindseys are missionaries to Peru.
Excuse me, somebody else has a birthday on Tuesday. Tomorrow.
Who does?
Wow.
Wow. Happy birthday. I don't know who does that birthday list, but we get back together. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. Happy birthday, Bob. All right. What I was thinking of, what I was saying, this morning we have a letter from the Lindseys, but this week I clicked on it and there were two letters. And he said, sorry folks, we did a letter back in May. I had it all ready and I didn't hit send. So we're going to be catching up. We're going to be catching up on two letters from May and July both from the Lindseys in Peru. And it says, Dear Pastor and church family, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. Philippians 4:4. Now, one of the things that you probably notice, even without me saying, is missionaries always seem to like to start off with the weather and how the weather's going. So what he says, now this is Peru, he said the cold has settled in, 40 degrees and rain in the Andes mountain. And just a couple of weeks ago, we had, from a missionary in Wales, we said, gee whiz, it's really getting hot over here. It's 70 degrees. So the missionaries always start off with that. But it is interesting. It is interesting of what they say. And of course, we know if you don't like the weather here, stick around today and it's going to change as well. Now, the first thing, my brother Tim's church, which is Lifeline Baptist Church in Canby, Indiana, was able to send a group to visit with us. Now listen to this. My dad, Tim, my brother, Tim, and my nephew, Tim, were all able to come to the mountains of Peru. We had a great time working on that church and the property and ministering to the people. He said it was kind of like a mini vacation for him because they did the preaching and the local folks really enjoyed getting to meet their family. He said while they were here, we had two baptized, Sonia and Melissa. Please pray for these two. Marilza was saved at camp in February, and Sonia has been extremely faithful since she moved back close to our church. Please be in prayer for her husband. But he is not saved. He's a wonderful man, but he certainly needs to know the Lord. In July, we had our first missions conference, and Brother Lee Johnson from Northern Peru came to preach for that service. Pray for our church as we begin to teach the urgency of the gospel and the grace of giving. There are about 20 saved and baptized, and there are about 10 to 30 more in attendance. So they run about 40 to 50 people a week. And then he has a big smile here and he says, we run about 40 to 50 per week, but when we have food, it's 60. So we can relate to that. Our kids stateside, please be in prayer because there are kids at Heartland Baptist College and Southwest Baptist Church. Pray for safety and for the closeness to the Lord and the light for them to serve the people. And then over on the other letter, our missionaries are quite amazing in what they're able to do. And Brother Lindsay has been rebuilding the engine on an old van because they can't afford to buy a new one. So they're building engines. So they had, and this was Marilza's brother was helping out, and they took a break while they were working on the engine, went into the family room, and sat down and had a talk and was able to lead him to the Lord. So it's so amazing. And we get these stories from Chris Stigner all the time. Whether somebody fishing or the taxi cab driver or the tow truck driver, whatever the case may be, Any opportunity that arises, our missionaries are right there to talk to people, and so many of them are getting saved. The fourth week of August, we'll celebrate the anniversary and the opening of a Lighthouse Baptist Church. There are two young people that are ready for baptism on the same day that we want to have it on this anniversary date. Our daughter, Alyssa, is on her way back from a missions trip where she had visited a children's home. Please pray for her as she seeks the Lord's guidance and win her to ministry. She would be a blessing to any ministry because of teaching, music, the piano, love the children, and she just loves to serve the Lord. She has a servant's heart and tenderness for God's leading. Please also come pray for her health. Now, one of the things, too, that one of the kids is having an extreme. He says, we hate to ask for money, particularly when it comes to ourselves. But one of the kids is having a very severe orthodontic issue. And the closest thing, they've tried some things locally and it's failed. And they have to travel 15 hours to Peru in order to be able to have the work done. The dental work is going to be $2,000 in addition to all the travel and lodging expenses. So they said if anyone cared to help out, to just make a note and just indicate of what that's for. And if you do, John will get that to the people. Marcos had some issues too, which is another $500 on top of all of that. So anyway, pray for the needs of our missionaries and says, what a wonderful Savior we serve. Your souls in Peru, Marcos and Stephanie Lindsay, Alyssa, Sina, and Lyndon. So a lot going on and a lot of need with our missionaries. But isn't it great?